Good morning. I am the school counselor here. As a part of e-child safety, I would like to share some of the information regarding to the child protection policy and child protection policy, how it is going on in our school, the reporting procedures, the aim, the policies, and how to report in the higher levels, in the ministry levels, such like some informations and what the abusers are going through, how to deal with the children, how to observe, and how to find out the children, those who are affecting or those who are affected with abuses. Such like informations I would like to share in this PPT. First of all, what is the child protection policy? That is the health and safety and well-being of all our children is of the paramount importance to the adults whoever works in our school. Our children have the right for the protection regardless of age, gender, race, culture, or disability, and right from protection from the abuses. They have the right to be safe in our school, and everyone's responsibility to make or assure their safety. In order to that, we are also having a committed group, that is the child protection policy group, so that any act committed by a parent, guardian, or any persons to a child enrolled in the schools which result in neglect, physical or emotional injury or sexual harm can be informed and can take precautionary measures in order to have the safety of our children. So what is the main purposes of this? Is the main purpose is the security or safety or ensuring feeling secure in our school, and young people from harm is the highest priority. Our students have the right to feel safe and protected from the significant physical and emotional harm both inside and outside of school. This policy is a crucial part of promoting the welfare of our students, and the designated staff can inform the things that is being noticed. And also this policy defines the abuse, outlines signs of abuse, and explain the procedures from investigated and reporting suspected cases. This policy should be read in conjunction with behavior and well-being policies. And what is the aim of the child protection policies? It to ensure that all staff in our school can follow the necessary procedures with regard to the child protection issues. It aims to raise awareness, to identify the responsibility in reporting possible cases or abusive cases, to ensure effective communication between all staff when dealing with child protection issues, to inform all parties of the correct procedures to use in the case of a child protection issues. How the policies are going on, or the policies, a system of procedures, or the child protection policy, which means is a system of procedures and measures to support education institution by providing a safe school environment free from violence in all its forms, that is verbal, psychological, physical, sexual, or cyberbullying. By taking preventive protective measures, applying procedures for reporting suspected cases of abuses, monitoring cases, providing protection and strengthening of school capacities necessary to deal with and protect cases of child abuse, and coordinate the stakeholders through shared social responsibilities. What are the principles of these policies? Is the best interest of the child, ethical behavior and professional values, child protection, respecting the privacy of the child and confidentiality of the information. The policy and group that should be applied in public and private education institutions at the state level, whether direct or distance or virtual learning basis. The scope of the policy application targeted the child in public and private education institutions, which is every person alive and has not yet reached the age of 18. What are the main purpose of these policies? Is preparing and implementing the child protection mechanism, and measures in education institutions, providing a safe school environment to protect the child, empowering the child with his right, especially education right, and his right for protection and feeling security, establishing a system of reporting and responding to the cases of suspected abuse of any kind, promote a positive behavior and build a positive school social environment or social relationship, raising the efficiency of education workers in the field of child protection and prevention of bullying. Dealing with the disclosures, we have the way how to deal with the disclosures or the victim or to the child who is being or we being noticed that is being habitatful, that is being suffering with the abuses or any case of any bullying or anything else. So if a student is discloses that he or she has been harmed in some way, the members or the staff should listen or staff should want to be friendly and never be shocked or never be act as a disbelief how the intensity, if the intensity is high, never be act as a shocking, it may create more stressful towards the child. Allow the child to take freely and allow them to free to talk. Reassure the child with without any fake promises, not promise confidentially, and reassure the people that what happened is not their fault. Stress that it was the right thing to tell or to open up. Listen rather than ask direct questions. Ask open questions rather than leading questions. And not criticize them or not being uh, feel them they are the victim, and explain what has to be done or explain the safeguarding procedures and make them feel safe. Then the procedures that is going on through the higher level, that is when a child report abuse, the teacher will inform the designated child protection officers within 8 to 48 hours, and the child protection officers will inform to the staff or to the reputed persons, and reputed persons will inform to the higher authorities. So this DCPO will also have chance to discuss with internally or to the children or to the witness and discuss in between the teachers or to the classroom wherever the things were occurred, and will take appropriate measures, and the class observations of the child by the teachers or the counselors or administrators, meeting with the families may be needed, or other meetings or interviews may also be conducted. The DCPO also will maintain the contact with the child and the family and also with the class teachers to ensure the child's safety and to ensure or follow up the child to make ensure that the child is safe or secured. Now I would like to share some of the abuses, that is physical abuse. There are many categories of abuses: physical abuse, verbal abuse, social abuse, sexual abuse, such like abuses. Then what is meant by physical abuses? It's actually an attempted physical injury to a child, whether there is a defined knowledge or reasonable suspicion that the injury was inflicted or knowingly not prevented, or physical harmful. We need to notify whether any child is going through any physical abuses or having any mark or anything or observable injuries were there. If any injuries we seen, we need to question the children's or how it happens and all, and ensure it is not a physical abuse, and want to make the safe or feeling secure. Then emotional abuse, that is failure to provide for the child's basic emotional needs, such as to have a severe effect on the behavior and development of a child. This may affect academically more stressful and more frustrated, being withdrawn from anything being withdrawn from family, friends, and playing and all. If such like cases we may be observed, we need to ensure, or if any punishment is going through, or if any excessive mistake reactions the child is facing, we need to ensure or we need to observe, and we need to make the child is secured and safe and free from emotional violences. And next is sexual abuse. We need to ensure the safety of our children, mainly the girl children. They are sexually abusing or they are safe from sexual abuses, and feel free to them or feel free to open up the any cases is going on, or feel free them to share the informations of their friends and all to the teachers. In order to that we can interview and take precautions measures. Then the sign and symptoms that we can notify from our children, that is age inappropriate sexual knowledge, language behaviors, loss of appetite or compulsive eating. Some information also may get from the parents' side also. In order to that we can recognize the signs and symptoms such as regressive behavior of thumb sucking, needing previously discarded cuddly toys, becoming withdrawn or isolated, inability to focus, reluctance to go home, bedwetting, such like signs and symptoms. If we notify or we get any information regarding from parents or from other teachers, we may need to ensure what type of abuses or any threatening effect is going to the child, or the child is safety or not. And drawing is sexually explicit pictures, trying to be extra good, overreacting to the criticism, having outburst anger or irritability. These are the signs and symptoms that is the child may have a chance to show if the child is facing any abusive cases, such like changes from the daily routines and to extraordinary levels. Such like changes if any child is showing, we may have to take the child safety and security as such like procedures we can do along. Neglect is one of the things that children is facing in the classroom, over from teachers, from parents, and from classmates, and over the social situations. So refers a persistent or deliberate failure to meet the child's physical and psychological needs. Example, failure to provide adequate food, clothing, shelter, failure to protect a child, failure to provide adequate medical care. Just like we need to ensure the child is having at least basic needs they have been covering up, and also they are facing any neglect frequently. It may hurt feeling along at the stressful feeling. So we may need to ensure their security. Then constant hunger, poor personal hygiene, constant tiredness, poor state of clothing, frequent lateness or unexplained non-attendance, unthreatening medical problem, low self-esteem, poor peer relationships, stealing behavior. If this like anything is being observed, we need to interview that child and need to take in precautionary measures in order to have child security. And what to do on a disclosure. We may need to stay calm and don't overreact even if the show or the thing is being more intensive, and stay calm and listen carefully and give a hope or belief, and take it serious and give a pleasurable words and give motivate and give a security feeling, give time for the person to say safe what they want. And in our school, there are many reporting rights or reporting procedures that I would like to inform that every student, teachers, or internal staffs have the right to report the suspected abuse cases or bullying cases. Our schools have behavioral management committee with DCPO. Our school were reputed prominent staff to report the cases, suspected cases within the evidence. You can inform to the reputed staff or counselors. Reputed staff of DCPO, that is Digital Child Protection Officer, will evaluate the cases and inform or discuss with our Honorable Principal. Further action will be taken according to the intensity of cases. Our Honorable Principal will inform to the higher level or the third party agencies such like police or cybercrime according to the intensity after discussing with the higher authorities and management. In our school, how the working of digital protection officers. Now I am going to explain. There we assigned reputed staff delegates to deal with these children to save their children's or children's security. So if any bullying cases were being noticed by any student or any class teachers, they can go through this like procedures and can inform to this delegate staff, such like from grade KG1 and KG2. If the teachers were noticed anything from the KG section teachers, they can inform to the Mary Jasmine teacher uh, in the kindergarten section. And this Mary Jasmine teacher will inform to our supervisors, Mrs. Jashri ma'am. In grade 1 to 3, the teachers can inform to Mrs. Shaina ma'am, primary section teacher, and Shaina ma'am will inform to our honorable supervisor, Mrs. Ansari ma'am. And from grade 4 to 7, they can inform to Mrs. Shabana ma'am, middle section, and they can inform this, Mrs. Shabana ma'am can inform this to our middle section supervisors, Mrs. Asha ma'am. And from grade 8 to 10, they can inform to Mrs. Nishana ma'am, secondary section, and Nishana ma'am will inform this report to Mrs. Rajar sir, supervisor of secondary section. And this supervisors will inform this all incident to the counselors, and counselors will discuss with the supervisors. If the case is not so intensity, will take appropriate measures or to meet parents or such like. Or if the case is too intensity, it will also discuss with the principal, our honorable principal, and principal will take the appropriate measures according to the issues. And also the parents or anyone have the right to inform into the ministry level, that is the higher level, that they are directly informing without the involvement of school authorities. That is reporting the abusive cases through the hotline number, that is 80085, and sending an email to the ministry, that is cpu@moi.government.ae, and reporting to the website link, and they can report these things to in the website or post in the website. So this like ways that our school is going through and our school is working on based on the child safety and child protection policy. I hope all of them understood about the things going on about the policy, aim of the policy, procedures and reporting procedures, and reporting internally in our schools. Hope all can understood it, and thanking for everyone for your cooperation to hear this PPT. Thank you all.